So let's talk about website design because a lot of people think website design is just all the pretty graphics and colors and logo. And if you're in part one, you know that's not true. You know, that's half of the story. The rest of the story is in functionality. When we talk about functionality, we need to talk about accessibility. And people don't think about that. But one of the things that SEO, search engine optimization, scores you on is accessibility, whether or not your site is inclusive. If it's not accessible, if it's not inclusive, if you're doing in anything in any way, shape, or form that's excluding people from at least being able to access and look at your site, you may be excluding an audience or a market that you didn't even know was being kept out because of what you're doing. You also may not realize that it's not helping you in being visible in search, in any of the search engines, not just Google, but also in AI search. AI search is in full play, everybody. If you don't know it now, AI is everywhere. If you're using your phone, if you get email, you're utilizing some form or fashion of AI. So we know that in search, AI is also important. Some people go to ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, and they do all of their searching there. In fact, even now during the holiday season, as we kick that off, right, with last week's big turkey feast, we kick that off. And all of a sudden, people are not just looking in search engines, but they also are doing a lot of their shopping comparison within AI. We've seen that happen quite a bit, and that is only going to continue to grow. So we need to consider accessibility, some of those best practices, even email accessibility, which is very important. And then, because that's also an extension of some of the marketing that we do, how to be inclusive and some of the e-commerce best practices. So what is accessibility? This makes sure that people can understand, navigate, and interact. This is so very important because without that, then there could be times when they're using assistive technology. So assistive technology helps them read and be able to consume the information that they're seeing anywhere they're going across the web. And it may have some barriers, or your website may have some barriers where assistive technology doesn't help. When you think about this, this is 26%, 1 in 4 adults in the USA have some sort of accessibility issue or where accessibility impacts them. And are you keeping 1 out of 4 adults from being able to even be included or considered in your marketplace? All right, so let's talk about this. How can we do this with universal design? Because universal design is not just good for people, but it's good for platforms. So I'm always about being good for people first, because the platform and the algorithm will always change to that. Do not believe the myth that SEO is dead. It is not. It has evolved into what a lot of people will either call GEO, generative AI engine optimization, or AEO, answer engine optimization. You hear those two terms thrown about quite a bit. What that means is, how much does AI have trust and confidence in you, as well as search engines, not just Google, Yahoo, Bing, all the search engines out there? How well do they trust and have confidence into you to show you up highest to their best customers who search, who are people who search and people who pay for ads? All right. So that's what you need to be able to navigate and understand, that it will expand your market if you're taking into effect that your website has to be able to be read by assisted technology. Know that AI is not a person, right? It's a large language machine. So large language model, it is an actual machine learning. And so it reads like a machine, which means it's reading like assistive technology. And if you completely cut that off, then you may cut off a significant market for you. It also lessens your legal risk.